For you, it's always been team first. Congratulations. You are the NBA Kia MVP.
The Oklahoma City Thunder look to take a 2-0 lead in their Western Conference Final Series tonight against Minnesota.
They realize how important this game 2 is. Wolves have never come back in a series when they've lost the first 2 games. They're 0-7 all time. Scott Foster will toss it up. Holmgren and Rudy leap for the opening tip. Rudy wins it, back taps it to Mike Conley, and here we go.
Conley fakes, one dribble, 2-point shot, won't go. Gobert tips it out. Edwards gets another chance inside. Bank shot is good. Hartenstein goes down low. Holmgren, beautiful little finger roll. The big men finding each other.
McDaniels picks up Shea in the backcourt. Game high 32 in game 1. Hartenstein screens for him as he blasts and kicks to Eithart in the paint for a floating 13-foot jumper. That's good. Well done by that tandem without hesitation.
Jalen Williams had an excellent game 1. Finds the elbow. Jump shot's good. Conley inside, poked away. Ball caroms back out. McDaniels knocks down the 3. Holmgren. Williams makes a good catch on a bad pass and knocks down another shot. He's at his first 2. Edwards against Dort, pulls back. Plays catch with Gobert. Hard screen set. Edwards hits the jumper. Hartenstein finding SGA. McDaniels right with him. Steps back. Baseline. He has been the mid-range maestro. There's Alexander with a rebound. I hit to Williams. Jalen Williams, the drive. Oh, blocked by McDaniels. Holmgren gets it, and Lou Dort able to finish. All 5 starters have scored for OKC. Conley launches a 3. That's good.
No changes so far for head coach Chris Finch. Here's Ant working on Dort. Runs to the free throw line to the corner. McDaniels lines up the 3 and hits it. His second triple from the same spot on the floor right in front of the Thunder bench.
Dort lines up. Wide open 3. Nails that one. Williams makes his move. Gets inside. Finds some space. Knocks down yet another. He's 3 for 4 from the field. SGA on the drive. Back shot's good. His second field goal. Shoulders Alexander falling away. Off the glass. Banks it home. 9 straight points to lead up to 8. DiVincenzo. Nice move across the lane. Goes high off the glass. DiVincenzo lines it up and knocks it down. Dante DiVincenzo, a playoff hero last year for the Knicks. As Edwards backing in against Wallace. Goes inside. A little double clutch. Go off the bounce. Finds Holmgren. Holmgren inside. Beautiful move from Chet Holmgren. Randall gets inside, kicks it back up top. Edwards
kicks out to Ant left side. He'll drive in, up and over SGA.
Back shot is good. The athleticism there from Anthony Edwards. Wallace gets into the paint, finds Williams falling away. Difficult shot, gets it to go. The Thunder roster filled with big-time defensive players. Naz Reid, left hand, nice soft bounce. Reid off the bounce again, drives down a lane and another time off the glass.
Dante squirts between 2 defenders, drops it for Randall, back to Dante, turns, fires on the 3 and hits. His second 3-ball of the half, and Minnesota finds themselves in front, 32-31.
Williams feeling it and rattles in another. He's got double figures. Holmgren connects on a 3. 11 points early for Chet Holmgren. Alexander Walker, he knocks it down. Boy, what a difference a game makes for the Minnesota bench. Randall drives on Caruso, gets inside, the floater's up and good. What a turnaround here for Minnesota. They go for Randall. Gilgeous Alexander with the steals, and in the top 10 of the NBA in steals per game. Jalen Williams back out. Caruso sets, fires, connects. McDaniels goes right at Caruso and lays it up and in. Minnesota in game 1 did not have one fast break point. As Caruso throws that up and in. Wallace on Edwards. Hartenstein looks to help. Dangerous pass, but McDaniels comes to get it. Conley fakes back to Edwards. Corner 3. Puts it in. Anthony Edwards in double figures. 11 points, 6 rebounds already. Caruso left wide open once again. Floats it up and in. Caruso off the bench with 7 points in 9 minutes. On the drive, Edwards and 1. Anthony Edwards powers to the bucket and a chance for a 3-point play. Gilgeous Alexander again with McDaniels. Falling away. Got it. McDaniels tries a 3 and gets it to go. That's his third 3-pointer. On the drive, SGA pulls up. Jump shot is good. 14 for the MVP.
Ansel on the baseline. He curls off a Rudy screen. Catches up top on Dort. Now runs to the paint. Rises up over Hartenstein and finishes with the left hand. Shielded Hartenstein off with the right.
With about a 5-second different shot clock and game clock. Gilgeous Alexander with 3-pointer. Knocks it down. with McDaniels right there.
Hartenstein screens to the top. Shea behind it. Wriggling right into the lane. Elevates and fades. 13-foot jumper on the way. Rips the cords. He's got 21 now.
Randall in a hurry. Drives. Layup. Shot won't go. Gobert right there. Good ball movement here. McDaniels spins. Nearly poked away. Shoots and scores. 13 points for McDaniels. Holmgren floats it up. Caruso trying to guard Randall, and just too strong that time off the glass.
Thunder lead shrivels to 4 again. Dub, fed, pulls up, fires, angle left three-pointer, nothing but net. Cha-ching, Thunder money ball. That time, Dub, without hesitation, stepped into an open tray and nailed it. His first three-pointer tonight.
Williams drives. More excellent defense from Conley, but Williams, undeterred, still goes to the rim. Edwards, sweeping hook shot, banks it home. Gilgeous-Alexander sneaks inside and flips it up and in. He's got 23. DiVincenzo floats it into Randall. Stolen by Lou Dort.
What a play by Lou Dort, a first-team all-defensive selection. Outstanding anticipation.
Alexander Walker with the foul. Counted and one. His cousin fouled him, and SGA with a chance for a three-point play. Alexander Walker off the bounce, left-handed, difficult shot. Gobert keeps it alive, but right to Dort. Caruso, tough catch, strong finish. Timeout, Minnesota. The lead is up to 11. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls up, jumper's good. 28 points, and now this is the largest lead of the night. Alexander Walker finds Gobert, knocked away by SGA. Here comes Wallace, alley-oop to Holmgren.
Chet Holmgren gathers and thumps. Big two-hand send-down. Chet Holmgren, timeout, whoa!
Wide open Lou Dort, knocks it down. Cason Wallace drives, back for Holmgren with the stuff. Largest lead of the night. And a technical foul called on Holmgren, a taunting technical after throwing it down. Wallace launches a three, it's good! A Thunder explosion once again here in the third quarter. It's a 24-point lead. Edwards down the lane, scoop layup, a beauty. That gives him 24. There's a clean look, and Alexander Walker right on cue. Knocks that one down. Alexander Walker, beautiful scoop shot.
Corner right, Hartenstein back to Dub, slashing left. Down speeds inside to Isaiah.
Williams finds Hartenstein, stumbles with the ball, but finishes strong. Jalen Williams having another one of those games, his fingerprints all over it. 15 points, 6 boards, 5 assists. Jalen Williams goes with Rudy Gobert, falling away. Shot is good. Soft touch. Couple of bounces on the rim before it goes through. McDaniels goes inside. Nice adjustment from Jaden McDaniels. He's got 19. Gilgeous-Alexander, elbow jumper, got it. Alexander Walker off the bounce. Nice feed, and Gobert with an easy flush. Jalen Williams drives to the rim, left-handed, right at Rudy Gobert. Anthony Edwards pulls up just inside the arc, nails the jumper. 26 points for Edwards. The Cousins again going at a double team. Jalen Williams fakes a pass, now drives, goes inside, and lays it up and in. Power move from Jalen Williams. 8 on the 24. Edwards drives baseline, left-handed, flips it up and in. Gorgeous move from Anthony Edwards.
That's ridiculous.
Great transition defense on the steal. Williams to Holmgren. Blocked by Reed. Williams puts it up and in on the follow. Multiple efforts from Jalen Williams. Edwards pulls up, jump shot, puts it in. Anthony Edwards makes it a 10-point game, just under 3 to play. Lou Dort on the drive, finds Holmgren. Holmgren off the glass. Right back to Jalen Williams, puts up a three. Bang! Jalen Williams with a big three-pointer. He's got 11 points here in the fourth. SGA inside, adjusts and lays it in. Unstoppable. 36 more points. McDaniels, three-pointer is good. McDaniels comes right back with a three. Holmgren has it. Holmgren inside. Adjusts, lays it up and in.
Market, time of death, 10:16 Central Standard Time. This OKC team looks different. They look very different.
Another second half explosion. And the Thunder are 2 wins away from the NBA Finals. The MVP is SGA. And Anthony Edwards, despite a 32-point effort, his team down 0-2 now as they head back to Minneapolis.
Wonderful moment last night with your teammates. What did it feel like for you to be out there at midcourt and receiving that award, and then to go out and play the way you did?
Yeah, it felt really good. I feel like my emotions were like so high that I was like a little bit like tired out there, especially to start. I was like a little too juiced up. But yeah, special moment. I'm happy we won so I can like really enjoy the last couple of days and soak it all up. That really helps. But yeah, shout out to the team. Played well again tonight.
Shea over here in the corner, Malika Andrews, ESPN. It seems like all season long, this team's spirit, no matter the run, never breaks. And yet, 3 minutes before the game, you're celebrating, and then 3 minutes later, you're completely locked into this opponent. Starting with you, how do you balance that fun with keeping this serious goal in mind?
Yeah, we just prioritize what matters. And like we've come to realize that you win games and all that other stuff comes after. And it's, you guys saw it last night with myself and Lou and Dub today getting recognition. When you win games and you do it together and you have fun out there, everything else, all the individual stuff you want, it comes with it. But it starts with taking care of business on a basketball court, and we know that.
Shea, congratulations. I remember in the bubble, just you and Chris Paul being joined at the hip. You kind of like taking everything as a sponge. From your arrival here and joining forces with him in the bubble to now, how would you describe your relationship? What has he meant to you? It's kind of like a big boy, big brother, mentor, all and above. It was just, and in addition, what did it mean for you that he arrived tonight?
Yeah, he has been great. Like you said, not only like a big brother, mentor, but just like a friend. He's always there to lean on. He was the first guy in my life that I was like close with that like achieved the things that I wanted to achieve. And I really leaned on him for like advice. And not only basketball advice, like business advice, taking care of your body advice, like handling a family when they don't live with you. Like there's so many things that you deal with as an NBA player, especially of his caliber, that go under the radar. And his guidance with that has been great. And like I said, not only as all the mentorship and stuff, but just being there as a friend, he's been special.
And his attendance tonight.
Oh yeah, that was amazing. Caught me off guard. I had to like double take. I was like, who's that sitting with my wife? I got a little tight, but then I seen it was Chris. I was like, all right, cool.
Shea, you talked about those emotions early, just sort of almost wearing you down before the game even starts. Did you focus on anything particular to try to kind of get through that initial stretch of time? And then just overall with what you did individually tonight, what were you most pleased with?
Yeah, early I just wanted to lean on my teammates. Like, I thought about like coming out and like forcing the first couple shots, but I was like, nah, it's probably not the way to go. I wanted to just let the game come to me. Like I said, lean on my teammates, play through them, play off of them. I think my first basket was like a back cut from Hart. So like I just didn't want to force the issue, let the game come to me. And then, yeah, I'm pleased with the way we guarded tonight. We held them to 100 points, I think, and obviously they're a really good offense. So, yeah, we did the job defensively.
Andrew Schleck with The Athletic. J-Dub had 11 in the fourth quarter. You know, what did you see from him offensively and defensively tonight?
Yeah, stepping into his own, being confident, making big-time plays. I think we had like they were cutting back into the lead, and they had like a fast break. He got a steal and then an and one. That was like a huge play for the last couple of minutes. He's just coming into his own. And I knew this would happen. He's a great player, works hard, does the right things, and when you do that, good things happen for you.
It was about 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. You had 8 points, and then you went on like a little bit of a run at the end. You had like an assist, a fadeaway over even Shinzo, a three, a couple free throws. You had like 11 points in like the last 4.5 minutes. Was that conscious where you saw something or you felt like you were you want to be more assertive or whatever? Help you guys get an 8-point lead?
Yeah, not at all. I honestly just was out there playing basketball. Try to be aggressive, take my spots, try to make the right play. That's all that was. It wasn't intentional at all. Just try to close the half the right way. Closing quarters is so important, especially in close games and later in the season, the closer the game. So just want to take advantage of those moments.
Yeah, Shea, you've seen Lou put in the work year after year after year. He's been underappreciated year after year after year. What does it mean to you to see him finally get all defense first team?
Yeah, so happy for him. Nothing's made me happier this year in terms of our team. Like, Lou's been what he's been this year, his whole career, and for him to like finally get the recognition that he deserves is very special. And it's more impressive that like he just stuck with it throughout not getting it and just doing what's better for the team. He like diminished his role a couple years ago to do what's better for the team. Like, he's just such a team first guy and puts that above all. To see him finally get some individual recognition for his hard work is very special.
Shea, how hard is it? I know you take one game at a time, but these games are coming fast and furious right now. How hard is it to not look at it and go, we're 6 wins from an NBA title?
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Like, all season long, we've like got into a habit and built like the muscle of just like focusing on the next game and worrying about what's in front of us. And it's no different in this situation. We're aware of where we are in the season, but we'd be doing ourselves a disservice if we kind of veer from what got us here, and that's what we prioritize.
Shea, you once mentioned my whole life is consistent. When you think about the younger teenage Shea, how proud of you are of that younger Shea that got you to that point of hoisting up the trophy tonight?
Yeah, I'm very proud. I'm glad he never gave up. I'm glad he listened to the right people, and I'm glad for those people giving me that advice that they did throughout the years. They know who they are, and I'm very appreciative.
Shea, you guys have really seized command of both of these games in the third quarter. What are you seeing come out of halftime that's put you guys in position to really overwhelm them in those quarters?
Yeah, we haven't been great. We were terrible coming out of half in the last series, and that's just been an emphasis of ours. Like, we have to, no matter what's going on in the first half, we have to start this half the right way, and we've done a pretty good job of it the last 2 games. It's going to be very important on the road in their environment, their comfort zone. We got to push it forward.
Yeah, Shea, when you think about people asking you about Chris and 2020, the bubble year and all that, does that seem like forever ago and all that you and this team's been through? How do you sort of, from a perspective, rationalize all those things?
Yeah, a little bit of both. It feels like it was a long time ago, but it also doesn't feel like it was 5-6 years ago. It's kind of in between. But yeah, it's the journey. It's been fun. It went by faster than I thought, but also it's like 5-6 years ago. Wow. So yeah, I don't know. It's a whirlwind. When I'm done my career, I'll look back and reminisce on everything.
Shea, the other night you talked about your wife, Haley, and how much she's meant in sort of your journey and your path to this point. What does it mean to raise an MVP and score 38 in the conference finals and a pair of shoes in a colorway named after her?
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm glad I played well in her colorway for sure. She'd be mad at me if I played bad. But she deserves it. She's been my rock throughout this whole journey, from when I was a kid till now. One of those silent forces that doesn't get the recognition, and she deserves the world. I'll do everything I can to give it to her.
Shea, the run you guys put on there in the third quarter feels like Minnesota sort of is caving is probably the wrong word, but just sort of sensing the momentum that you guys have. Are you feeling that as they sort of react to what you guys are doing at all?
Yeah, you can feel it. You feel like what happens is like you feel us like string together stops. That's what's like encouraging, and I think that's what's made us really good. Like, just our team really enjoys like playing defense and finds it very fun. And when we score, stop, like the stops is what gets us going. We can play faster, we play confident, and we're out there running and just hooping. But yeah, us enjoying getting stops is definitely the key to that.
Thank you, Shea.
Nikhil, another one where third quarter they seem to pull away. Just what do you feel is happening coming out of the break that's allowing them to kind of get control of things?
Sense of urgency. I think whatever adjustments they're looking at in that first half, like when everyone goes back, I'm sure every team watches film, they say this is what we're doing well, this is what we need to touch up on. I think they have that sense of urgency to make those changes, and they're playing 12 minutes at a time. They're playing all 4 quarters throughout this postseason, and I would say throughout the season, we have been able to wear teams down to where we put them away at times. This is a team, and you can see by their record, where you're not going to put them away, and you kind of got to play 4 rounds at a time. If it's a knockout, it's going to be a TKO, and so I think that's the main difference.
Are the three-point shooting struggles for the team as a whole, is that more what they are doing defensively to make you guys uncomfortable? Is it just missing shots you normally make? What do you see there?
These are open shots. They're open shots. We got to make open shots. And I have faith that we will. Whether that's more repetition, I know we have workers on the team, so they're going to work to making sure that they're prepared. Last game, I missed shots. So for me, it was a focus on really owning in on my principles, my base, all the stuff that I tell myself, good wrist and so forth. And so I think the main thing out of all of this and the big takeaway was that fourth quarter. And we made shots, yes, but I think because we played with pace, that's the reason why.
Nikhil, in that, in the first game, you guys did a really good job of running them off the three-point line, and, I believe it led to a season low in three-point attempts for them. And the same thing kind of in this game, a little bit more, but you guys have, held them to shoot, below 50% from the three-point line in this series. But it seems like, their two-pointers is where they're really starting to get, going towards the basket. How do you, kind of balance that, kind of funneling them into the rim, but it seems like, they're not missing any mid-ranges. How do you kind of balance that,
Finishing up possessions defensively, making sure that once we run them off the line, staying in the drive, passing it over to the next guy, low man rotation being there. We had some fouls that had led to free throws or and ones because we weren't there early. The job, is not going to – we won't get stops if we're playing defense 90%. If we're not making that last rotation, if we don't box out to get the rebound. Like I mentioned earlier, because they're so disciplined in the small details, we have to match that. I think in the fourth quarter we matched that. We flew around. The rotations were there. We forced some shot clock violations. They missed the mid-range shots that they were making in that first half. And I think that just boils down to matching that intensity and bringing another level like they do in the third quarter.
Nikhil, this is really the first game all postseason that Julius has struggled. What did you make of his night? And what does it make you recognize how consistent he has been prior to tonight?
For sure, and I'm not bothered. I'm not going to bat an eye at it. I know Julius. I know he's going to come in and work. I know that as a competitor, his blood's boiling, and he's going to come back the next game ready to go. We're going to be at home. We're going to have the comfort of sleeping in our own beds and having an opportunity to play in front of our home crowd, have them behind us, and just another chance to compete. I'm not worried about Julius. I know that he's a great player, and I know right now he's telling himself he's going to be ready for the next game.
Nikhil, you say you were talking about playing with pace. One of the ways you were doing that is taking the ball and just going right to the cup as much as you could, and other players were kind of doing that too. Is that one of the things, either getting post-ups early down in the paint, or either, just kind of avoiding that swing while you're surveying the defense in the first 5 or 6 seconds of the half-court defense? Offense, is that what you need to do, is put the pace into getting to the paint and then kicking to the corners?
I think so. I think the main theme kind of just leans back to matching that intensity. They're a very aggressive team on both ends of the floor. They play very hard. And so we can't rely on just our talent to get us to what we need to in this series. We got to put pace into the game in the fourth quarter. I think that's when we felt more life, and you can kind of even hear it in the building. There's parts in that second quarter as well when we made that run. Putting pace into the game for us and being aggressive with the time that we have, it helps us. Now it opens up so much for Ant. It opens up so much for Julius, Nas, Dante. Mike was making shots behind screens. Rudy puts pressure on the rim as a roller, draws guys in. But just playing with pace and bringing life and energy, it's hard to do anything slow. It's easier to guard. You got to get them moving, get them flying around, put them in rotations.